Hello everyone, my name is Julián Cortés. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to share with you guys some findings on the research on innovation for sustainability in the Global South. This work is being developed with two colleagues, Katerina Bohle and Mireia Guix. They could not be here, but let's say that they trust me. Innovation is crucial to the Sustainable Development Agenda. There is an exclusive Sustainable Development Goal dedicated to strengthening national industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Furthermore, here I'm listing 10 SDGs. There is no mention of innovation in their titles. However, there is at least one mention of innovation or technology among their indicators. Now, let's look at the research on innovation and sustainability. No surprise, it has been prolific. When we search for articles with innovation or sustainability in their keywords in the bibliographic database Scopus, we found more than 100,000 articles on innovation and more than 49,000 articles on sustainability. When such numbers arise, the individual study of such articles is impossible because of the amount of information and the specifics of each discipline or research area. By using bibliometric methods, we can study the underlying structure of that amount of research. In simple terms, bibliometrics is the quantitative study of scholarly and technological literature, such as research articles or patents. So, what is the importance of studying the research intersection between innovation for sustainability in the Global South? We outline two main reasons. The second pandemic of this century changed the expectations and priorities of the SDGs. SDGs success depends on two main assumptions: sustained economic growth and globalization. The global economy is expected to contract by at least 5% this year. The time frame for its recovery is years, not months. And industrialized countries struggling to support their citizens will not bankroll the progress of developing countries. The second reason is related to research production. Despite investment setbacks, Global South regions are surging as global players in the research production scenario. China is the leading producer of articles. In 2016, for instance, China produced 20% of the global output. Regions such as Africa and Latin America are expected to increase their research output in the upcoming years. In that line, I will present a bibliometric outlook of the structure of the research on innovation for sustainability in the Global South. We framed the research on innovation in two fields: business and management, and science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. That outlook will enable researchers, public institutions, business people, and entrepreneurs to look at multiple characteristics of research structure, such as the relation or distancing between fields or international collaboration. The claim of this project argues the following: research output on innovation for sustainability in the Global South between 1996 and 2018 increased by 18% annually. Its intellectual structure consists of four main clusters: innovation on management practices in the private sector, soil composition and treatment, chemistry and biochemistry, and algorithms and electric power grids. Finally, international collaboration is higher for South-North rather than South-South. What follows in this presentation? I'm going to present a structural analysis of the research on innovation for sustainability in the Global South. We will present the results of two techniques, co-award and co-authorship analysis. In the third section, the results will be discussed in a wider context. And finally, we outline further inquiries for upcoming stages of this project. This table details the research queries that we use in the bibliographic database Scopus. We use Scopus because it has a broader journal coverage. From left to right, we search for key terms related to innovation and sustainability. The search was framed to document's title. the disciplines and research topics that we considered went from business and management to STEM. In addition to articles, we also included conference papers, such as scholarly communication is relevant for STEM disciplines such as computer sciences. We limited our affiliation to the list of Global South countries. Therefore, our list grouped countries from Latin America and the Caribbean and Africa. We also included countries from Asia, excluding Hong Kong, Macau, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, and Taiwan. Let's take a brief look at the output dynamic. There has been an average annual growth of 18%. Global-level announcements and summits such as the MDGs or Earth Summits in Rio Plus 10 or Rio Plus 20 serve as points of reference to identify potential inflections. Before presenting the covered network, I want to show a brief example. To the left side, we have two abstracts of two different articles. They share three key terms: corporate social responsibility or CSR, eco-innovation, and sustainability. The three key terms are connected since they appear together in two different abstracts. To the right side is the covered network as a result of connecting those key terms. This kind of analysis will help us to construct emergent research clusters, potential knowledge transferring, and identifying knowledge fragmentations. This covered network has around 3,000 key terms and more than 300,000 links between them. We select the 60% most relevant key terms with at least 10 appearances. The network is composed of 4 clusters. The blue one was labeled as innovation, the yellow one as soil composition and treatment, the red one as chemistry and biochemistry, and the green one as algorithms and electric power grids. The innovation cluster focuses on innovation in firms or knowledge management and practices. The cluster of soil composition and treatment deals with the yields of plants and their treatment, and farming research. That cluster is closely related with the following cluster of chemistry and biochemistry via key terms such as treatment, concentration, property, and new management. The keyword stability provides a link to the next cluster of algorithms. That cluster seems to contain several subfields. One example is power grids or the allocation of electricity through a power grid. Topics such as cloud computing does not have a dominant position. The covered network indicates that the innovation cluster is linked to the soil research cluster through management practices. Such practices are related with the management of a diverse set of resources, such as financial or human resources. There is no link between innovation and the algorithm cluster. Instead, the algorithm cluster is linked to the chemistry and biochemistry cluster. In essence, we found that research on innovation for sustainability in the Global South focuses on innovation in management practices in firms, plant and farming, and algorithms for specific computing requirements. As in the previous slide, here we outline an example for a better understanding of the co-authorship network. To the left side, we have an article published by 3 authors from different countries: Colombia, Ireland, and Australia. To the right side, we have a co-authorship network showing the collaboration at the national level. Here's the international co-authorship map. The collaboration map shows countries with at least 5 co-authored articles or conference papers among the 2,000 most cited documents. The frequency of co-authored documents is higher for North-South than South-South collaboration. Latin America is the region with the highest collaboration within its countries and between other developing regions. China has the highest number of documents co-authored with developed countries such as the US and the UK. In second place is Brazil with the US, and in third place is South Africa, also collaborating with the US. Now, we're going to talk about the South-South collaboration. In Latin America, we identify collaboration between Brazil, Argentina, and Brazil and Chile. In Africa, we spotted collaboration between South Africa and Malawi. Between Latin America and Asia, we identify Brazil-India collaboration, China-Argentina, and Brazil-China. Between Latin America and Africa, we spotted Brazil and Kenya collaboration. And finally, between Africa and Asia, we identify collaboration between South Africa and Japan, and also between South Africa and China. In this section, we contrast our results with previous findings. When we looked at previous cohort mapping analysis on the research on innovation in management in the Global South, our findings coincide with several points. However, the original contributions here presented points to the literature on innovation in STEM. As stated by Cortés Sanchez, both innovation and knowledge were closely related to management, a relationship we also found within the innovation cluster. The key term sustainability was not embedded on innovation for management as it was on innovation for STEM. I think that one of the counterintuitive findings was the distancing between the innovation and the algorithm cluster, that considering the popularity of 4.0 industries technologies such as innovation, big data, or cloud computing, and their impact on businesses. Regarding the North-South collaboration, Nakamura and colleagues also found that research on SDGs published in Africa, the Arab States, and Latin America was more frequently co-authored with Europe than North America. The North-South cooperation eclipsed the co-authorship between Africa and the Arab States and Latin America. One of the historical causes is that the top 20 most influential scholars on innovation were affiliated with institutions from the US or Europe, such as Harvard, Stanford, Columbia, or Success, as stated by Fagerberg and colleagues. For South Africa, Cosma and colleagues state that 50% of the publications of the 500 most cited African researchers were co-authored with researchers with non-African affiliation. In the upcoming stages of the project, we are considering the following points. First, we could explore the potentialities of other databases such as Web of Science, Dimensions, Google Scholar, or Microsoft Academic, to include another type of literature such as patents. Alternative metrics might highlight the incidence of a broader audience beyond the academic niche. Comparative perspectives between the Global South and the Global North for spotting similarities or differences in research resources, capabilities, and priorities. As final point, we would consider national or organizational research policies and incentives, then understanding historical and local particularities that may help to design corporate academic collaborations. I want to finish in this presentation by highlighting again the claim of the study that I have just presented. Research output on innovation for sustainability in the Global South between 1996 and 2018 increased by 18% annually. Its intellectual structure consists of four main clusters: innovation and management practices in the private sector, soil composition and treatment, chemistry and biochemistry, and algorithms and electric power grids. And international collaboration is higher for South-North rather than South-South. As a final point, let's always remember that innovation is not a private endeavor. It's an extension of the human existence. Thank you.